Hello, this is Jenny from Designs with Paper. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I have an art journal video for you today, so get comfy and let's get crafty. I will be working from the January 2022 mid-month mini mission for the Mission Inspiration Facebook group. Wow, that's a mouthful, and it is linked down below. The randomly selected letter for this month is the letter G, and Mike has included some inspiration words for us to use. I will be working on a piece of mixed media paper that is about 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and it is actually part of a geli printing process that was part of a different art journal page I created some time ago, and I will try to remember to link that up here in the iCard as well as down below. The background is mostly shades of green, which starts with G and is, green, my favorite of all time, but it does need to be broken up just a little bit. In my head, I had this all planned out how it would go. Turns out I didn't plan quite correctly, but we'll fix it later. I'm using these rub-ons from Tim Holtz. These are the numbers rub-ons, and I am going to trim off these circles with numbers in them on the right-hand side, and I'm going to adhere them to the right-hand side of my art journal page. Now, my brain and my hand were not communicating very well when I was working on this particular rub-on. I'm not sure what the deal with that was, so I have edited that out for you. You don't have to watch that nonsense. It did take me quite a while, much longer than I expected anyway, to get that put onto the page. I'm not sure what was going on in my brain. My brain first picked up a stylus, and it is not a large ball stylus. It is a little ball stylus, so of course that's not going to work, right? That's just going to scratch things up. And then I grabbed my bone folder, my big one. Well, that's probably not going to do a very good job either because, whatever. Eventually I grabbed the right tool and I got those rub-ons all adhered to my background page and moved on. That took way longer than it should have. I saved you the from having to watch that. That was just ridiculous and shenanigans. So the next thing I want to do is prepare this element for my page. This is a journaling pocket card that has been in my stash, and I have no idea how it got there or where it came from. I don't even know. I am going to cover up that camera image on the front of this pocket with some green washi tape. And you can't really see in this video right here, but the pocket has a grid on it, which is why I chose that pocket, because grid starts with G, right? So I have some green and I have some grid going on. And the top of that pocket has some wood grain, and grain starts with G. So we're just getting the G's all the places. Now that I have that camera covered up, we're going to move on here. And that green washi tape is some that I picked up in a set from Amazon. It's just kind of a nature print with a little bit of script on it, but it's green, and that's all that matters. I did feel like the top needed to be broken up just a little bit more. So after pondering, I went ahead and pulled out this Stampers Anonymous Tim Holtz collection stamp set, and I will be using the script stamp. And in a moment of complete unclarity, I also grabbed green ink. So this is my Fern Green archival ink, and I'm not sure how. I thought that green ink would break up the green background. Sorry, my phone is buzzing. Forgot to mute that down a little bit. But I rapidly realized that, not rapidly. I eventually realized that that green ink was not breaking up my green background. So I put the Fern Green ink away and went with the jet black. I picked up the same stamp. I used that script stamp and added some scripty background. I'm not concerned with whether it stamps perfectly, whether it stamps straight, whether the entire stamp is used. I am just trying to get some texture, to break up that green just a little bit. And then I put the pocket back on and covered up on my broken up background. So now I am going to add that kind of corner flower stamp. I will adhere this to a stamp block, because I did want that to be a mostly intact image. And I am going to stamp that image in the top right hand corner where it's kind of naked and empty up there. It's really not. You can see the layers of jelly printing and acrylic paint, but compared to the rest of the page, it is a little bit empty. And I will just go ahead and And I think I'm stamping this kind of like sideways compared to how it's supposed to be, but whatever, it works. Okay, so moving on from that, I've decided I have broken up that green enough, and we are going to adhere this pocket. And I'm just going to use my ATG gun for that. This is double-sided tape. It sticks marvelously. The thing I like about this tape is that it gives me a little bit of time, which I need today. If I am careful, I can remove things that have been adhered with this tape runner and not destroy the project completely, which comes in handy on more than one occasion in my craft room. I am trying to adhere the pocket without covering up my rub-ons over there on the right-hand side. And I've decided that I'm going to put it right here, kind of sort of in the middle, kind of off to the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and push that down. I will stick the little journaling card in that pocket. And then I will go, dang it. I didn't punch the holes in this page. There are no holes in this page for me to put this page into the little A5 binder I use for my art journals. So I will carefully peel up that pocket, and it does pull the paint up just a little bit there in the middle. Not concerned with that because I will be covering that back up. I am going to insert this page all the way into my hole punch, and my hole punch is set up to punch for an A5 binder, which holds basically half of a sheet of American paper, 8.5 by 11 inch paper. Okay, so now that I have to put my pocket on and not cover up the holes, I'm going to end up covering up the rub-ons. And I'm like, dang. And for some reason in my brain, that was a real issue. And then I remembered it doesn't matter, it's background. So I decided to kind of pull the pocket down more toward the bottom than the middle and kind of center it between the edges. It's slightly more to the right to give room for the holes for the binder, but it's there. And all is well in my world, at least in my art journal world, right here in this video. And, you know, it's February, and you're just now seeing the January mini mission because I have been terrible with my editing responsibilities. Let's just be honest. I've been terrible with things. Okay, because I covered up those rub-ons, I decided I needed to add just a little bit more. So I pulled out a different package of rub-ons. They are the Elements, same thing, Tim Holtz Ideology. And I am going to use this kind of argyle pattern. And I'm going to put it right here on the edge, but I'm going to put it slightly up the edge of that pocket. Just because I can. For no other reason than because I can. And I will use my bone folder, and for whatever reason, these rub-ons went on way easier than the first ones. And then I thought, hey, I've got more pieces on this page I can use. So I cut off that little crown and decided I'm going to add this crown to my page. And I kind of put that crown right at the top of that pocket, completely forgetting that that pocket had a journal card to go in it. But whatever. Anytime somebody takes a journal card out, well, they won't really see it because my focal image will cover it up. But whatever. At this point, my plan has kind of derailed, and I'm just trying to bring it all back together. I was like, dang, I covered up the whole crown. Okay, next, I decided to go ahead and trim off this little clock on the bottom, and next to the clock is a skull and crossbones kind of poison label. Why not? There is nothing remotely relevant to poison, death, or anything of the sort on this page. But it's there. It's little. You can't really see it. And it breaks up that background. And it makes me feel like my plan for using the rub-ons to break up this green is back on track. Okay. So now that we have this all put together, it's time to pull in my focal image. So this little girl in a green dress is an image from a piece of rice paper that I purchased from Charitino, which I will link down below. It is a vintage, I think they're called cabinet cards. And I am just going to adhere her. Well, first I put the rice paper on a piece of white scrap cardstock because I learned in the last video where I used the rice paper images that sometimes the background inks blend through. So I did put her on some white heavy-duty cardstock, and then I am using my ATG gun to adhere her to the front of this pocket. I am not putting adhesive on the top of her head so that that journaling card can still come in and out, because maybe one day I will write some of the nonsense that's happening in the world right now on my card. Okay, so my art journal page has a green background. It has a girl in a green dress with a grid and wood grain, all the G's. And I am now going to adhere this page to a piece of green printed scrapbook paper. I have not used any gesso or gel medium or anything to kind of strengthen this page or make it a little more sturdy. And it's feeling just a little bit floppy. And the back is a little bit messy because it is a gel print page. So I just went into my drawer that has all of my green scrapbook and pattern papers and found half of a sheet of 12 by 12 paper, or, slightly less than half of a sheet of 12 by 12 paper to adhere to the back of my page. Excuse me. So next thing I need to do is trim this down, right? And I purchased, so Hobby Lobby was having a 40% off Tim Holtz sale a couple weeks ago. Tim Holtz stuff never goes on sale. And I've wanted these scissors for a while, but at $20, they're kind of pricey for scissors, right? But for sure, if they're going on sale, I'm buying them. And they're awesome. Look how long they are. And they have that little thing that keeps them all nice and pretty. And love them. Okay, but this is about the art journal page, not the scissors, so let's move on. I do need to go ahead and punch holes in the background of my art journal page now, which probably I could have done that first, but whatever. I am going to go ahead and adhere the graphic for the mid-month mini mission to the back of my page so that there is an idea for why I have done what I have done. Probably when I'm old and senile, I will not remember that. And I will need to remember why I did what I did. This is my first mid-month mini mission. I have done a lot of the regular missions. This is my first mini mission, and I'm really impressed with how it has turned out. It is late because I was naughty with my scheduling. Here's a couple of close-up pictures so that you can see first I am going to sign my name. And I did sign it and date it January because it was still technically January when I put it together. Here are the close-up pictures where you can see the shades of green and all of the texture. You can see the wood grain and the grid on the pocket card, and you can see the girl in the green dress as in my focal image. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Have a really fabulous day. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel and watching my video. I have linked a couple other videos here for you to watch, as well as a subscribe button. If you have not done so already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. And if you know somebody who would like it, please feel free to share. Have a great day.